Did you know that 90% of music producers never actually achieve the success that they dreamed of? The reality is that most music producers are not serious at all. They only think about the fun stuff and they only think about this as a hobby. While evidence shows that successful producers, the ones who are at the top percent, understand the business side and make strategic sacrifices. So today, right now, I'll be showing you 3 key differences between the average producer and the top 10% and hopefully have you guys reach that level. Alright, so the producer's mindset. As I said before, most producers prioritize enjoyment over business. They only see this as leisure. I've heard of producers who are only in it for the money, especially with AI taking over. They just use this as a quick way to get money online. In order to be a successful producer or actually make it far, the first thing that you need to focus on is the craft. And then you could focus on the fun stuff that comes afterwards. The 10% sees this as a business ecosystem. It's kind of contradicting to what I said before, but hear me out. If you like doing this in the first place, you could easily monetize it afterwards. Another thing that the majority of producers do is that they don't want to adapt to situations. For example, you potentially would want to work with a certain artist, so you DM them and you don't get a reply back. You have absolutely no idea why and you panic and you would never ever want to try again. However, the 10% sees this challenge as a way to grow. There's a reason why this person didn't get back to you. You should go back and listen to your beats. They're probably not up to par, right? Or another thing that could happen is that the artist that you DM'd is probably busy. So just continue. Don't spam, but send another message, a meaningful message. A little tip is that you could send a voice message or a video of yourself. You could do that to get their attention. Another thing is that the majority lacks clear goals. If I asked you, where do you see yourself in this music career in the next 6 months? You would probably have no idea because you did not set yourself up with pure goals. However, the minority, the 10%, set goals, realistic goals, and they're willing to make sacrifices. Another thing that you need to think of is investment and financial management. Many producers spend on non-essentials, while the top percent invest in their music career and sees it as an investment. What does that mean? Well, many beginner producers, they don't want to spend money on loop packs or sound kits or drum kits. But if you invest in the right items, the less time you would spend making them sound good. And also, if you don't want to pay someone to help you out, right? Someone to teach you how to be better at mixing, for example. You never learn. Like, yeah, there's YouTube, but sometimes YouTube is not really the best when it comes because you are a specific person and people on YouTube are making videos for a wider demographic. So it's not always, the best to cheap out. The more expensive is not always the best either. The top percent, however, they would spend their money on getting better gear, actual instruments, right? Better plugins, mentorships, coaching, because they really see the value to make their career flourish. So this is one little weird thing, is that successful producers make sure all their music is registered and royalties are collected to maximize their financial returns. A lot of producers don't know how royalties and all that work simply because they didn't care to educate themselves on that aspect. I'll make a video about that. But it's really important because you don't want to get screwed over, especially if you send out tracks and beats to a bunch of people. It's good to keep tabs with where all your music is going so you can actually collect your money. If you don't know how all that works, make sure to check that out on the internet. And finally, here we are with building a successful career. So a lot of producers struggle to advance. If anything goes to shambles, the common denominator of producers, they will freak out and not know what to do. Meanwhile, the minority of producers, they're capable of overcoming that and they're capable of remaining calm and collected. They're able to progress significantly, get 1% better every time at their craft. Alongside with that, 90% of music producers fail to build a strong network, whereas successful producers understand the importance of relationship and collaboration. I cannot stress this enough. Network. You need to network with other people. As an introvert, it's pretty hard for me to do that. I like to remain to myself, but definitely push yourself to actually connect with other artists, other producers. You need that in this industry. And also, I don't stress enough, but please plan and execute. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you stick to your plan. Little word of advice here. Remember, the path to success isn't just about making great music. It's about understanding the business and investing in your growth. The difference between failure and success in the industry is narrower than you think. So are you ready to make that shift? So if you liked this video, if you found it valuable, let me know. This is a little different now, testing to see what works, right? And obviously I'm always open of helping you guys. So once again, first link in the description, book a call and I'll be happy to help you out. And yep, peace.